Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now what's up, my Doma dudes? Right, hey, you know, every now and then, what is it? Every 2 or 3 days, we're gonna do the best boxer in the world news, right? Best boxer in the world news, right? And we always gonna mention, one and one B, right? And right now, the best boxer in the world has to be 1B, Terrence Crawford, because 1A, we gonna go with Alexander Usyk right now. Alexander Usyk is more active, and he's done some ridiculous things. The only argument against that would be we're not gonna put heavyweights in the pound for pound list, but we do it any damn way. That was not what it was supposed to be about. Everybody that found me in boxing understands that we did that because of Sugar Ray Robinson, to have a hypothetical list of if everybody was the same size, who would win. Now, speaking of if everybody was the same size, who would win? Let's answer that question. Let's start it off by asking that question with the biggest fight of the year, Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Crawford. Two legends of the sport. We'll leave it at that. Who would win that fight if they were hypothetically the same size? That's a question we don't ask. Let's ask it. Who you got? Canelo Alvarez or Terrence Crawford if they were at the same size? Legitimately. Let's ask that question. A lot of people don't ask that one no more. We just leave that one alone. You know why we leave that alone? Because the answer to the question of with Canelo being up 2 to 3 weight divisions higher, there's a lot of parity in the answers that we get there. You understand? Amongst boxing insiders. And let's try to cover that. What is boxing insiders? We're talking boxers. Those have to be insiders, I would say. Let's say boxing trainers, coaches. Those would be boxing insiders, right? All levels of boxers, great boxers, Hall of Fame boxers, great boxers, journeymen, sparring partners. Those are also boxing insiders. I would say even to the point of boxing managers. They're around boxing all the time. Boxing promoters. They're around boxers all the time. Now, I'm not going to say people who just invest in boxing. I'm not going to go with them. I'm going to tell you why I'm not going to go with them. Because they only ask people, hey, bro, can I win some money with this fight or not? So they don't really go in there themselves and watch boxers every day and understand what boxers are doing and understanding the sweet science of the sport. It's like, can I make money on this dude or something? Y'all going to tell me? You guys let me know. All right, good. Then I'll go invest my money and whatever. So we're not going to go with them. But there's a lot of people, and boxing insiders have categorically made a statement of Terrence Crawford having a damn good chance against Canelo Alvarez. That's always fascinating to me. That's why I continue to do videos about it, because there's enough videos that are just out there that are like we got these Fox News of boxing that don't say anything positive about anybody of color. And so therefore, we just go with what's going on. What are the boxing insiders saying? Right? And let's start with Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez is a face of boxing. Me personally, I don't like those monikers because I've noticed that faces of boxing are more popular than what their talent level is. Not saying that they're not talented, because the faces of boxing are Canelo Alvarez and Gervonta Tank Davis. On the island, it was Anthony Joshua, I would say. Those are people that can go into negotiations and dictate what they're going to do, dictate who they're going to fight and when they're going to fight them. Those are faces of boxing. I didn't like that because I was thinking, and the way I'm watching, I was like, okay, face of boxing should probably be the best guy. And I think that all of boxing media and all of everybody in boxing should make sure that everybody that doesn't know, that the casual fans know, that's the best guy. That's the guy that should be making the most money. He's more awesome than the other guys, right? But since we can use different narratives, we put these other guys and we say they're face of boxing. And my problem with that is I've noticed that the face of boxing don't have to answer to the rules. Like we have Face of Boxing, that one of them was dope before. Didn't too much happen. Don't have to fight their mandatories, and we'll make up stuff. Don't have to fight unification fights against people in their division, and can continue to pick. One of them has another guy in their division. Imagine this is the one that this gets me too. Another guy is the Face of Boxing, but in the same division as him, that other guy became undisputed. And the Face of Boxing guy didn't want to fight the guy that became undisputed in their division. You understand what I mean? You would think, hey, a Face of Boxing guy would be like, hell no. Ain't gonna be nobody in my division that is undisputed if it ain't me. I mean, that's just automatic. That should be automatic. That's not like, hey, somebody's thinking this or somebody's thinking that. That's what a Face of Boxing shouldn't want anybody around their division. And matter of fact, in or around their division with the moniker of being a number 1 pound for pound or a top 10 pound for pound or anything, because the Face of Boxing is supposed to be the baddest one there. And that's just not how it works with Face of Boxing. But anyway, Canelo Alvarez has been the Face of Boxing for a while, right? And he's considered even one of the top Mexicans in the history, right? He's 4-division champion. In the 168-pound division, undisputed, right? For you guys. For me, it's a big asterisk there. For me, I mean, I can't lie to you guys. As a matter of fact, I don't even care, you know, but if people don't ignore stuff like that, then it's on you. You know, I just cannot say Canelo is undisputed at the 168-pound division when a Benavidez and a Morrell has been there for 2.5 years as his mandatory. And we're going to sit and say, well, this guy is the undisputed baddest dude. But the ones that were awesome, can we agree, since people don't want to say anything against Canelo, can we agree that David Benavidez and David Morrell are better than Berlanga, better than Munguia, better than John Ryder, better than Callum Smith? Better, well, Billy Joe Sanders is up there. Billy Joe Sanders is up there. It's not categorically, but I would say better than Billy Joe Sanders. Those two. But Billy Joe's right behind him. Billy Joe's not a bad fighter. I'm not going to say that. Callum Smith is right behind those two. Callum Plant is right behind those two. Not a bad fighter. But Rory Fielding, right? Those are the kind of guys that Adver Yildirim, right? Those are the guys he fought instead of those guys, and they were his mandatories in that time. Normal people would just say, hey, dude, you're fighting those guys, but you're going to have to fight one of these. These are awesome guys. Now, this is how bad people go. This is the lengths they'll go to protect a guy that they love. Or, I ain't going to say love, but that they need is more accurate. We're going to say, you know what? We don't care that a David Morrell, 2.5 years the mandatory for the WBA, and a David Benavidez, maybe 3 years the mandatory for the WBC. We don't care that they're never going to be able to fight for the real title. We don't care about their legacy or anything. We're going to just let them have to go up to the next division with never having to fight significant fights at 168 pounds because of this guy who we know won't fight him. But anyway, this is what Canelo, some of the luxuries he gets. But anyway, he's still 4-division champion, right? Awesome. Canelo has learned. He was when he fought Floyd Mayweather at 23 years old and lost that fight. Hey, he was 23 years old. He was too young. Guy had 40 fights, had just beaten Austin Trout, right? Which means you weren't too young to beat Austin Trout, which I got problems with that. That was open scoring in San Antonio. But that's me, because I'm just paying attention and I don't care about either one of the guys. I'm not, just going to roll. Why open scoring? But he beat Austin Trout. So he was good enough to beat Austin Trout, but Floyd Mayweather being old, he was too young for Floyd Mayweather. Instead of just saying Floyd Mayweather is so awesome, period. Floyd Mayweather's awesome, beat him. No, he's too young there. So, all those other fights was his prime. So that means Canelo Alvarez is ridiculously awesome because he's the face of boxing and one of the best Mexicans of all time. You only will get Salvador Sanchez and maybe your boy Chavez Sr. above him. They don't even put Oscar De La Hoya above him, basically. So he's the baddest one. So let's get to this little old itty-bitty dude, Terrence Crawford. Little old bitty Terrence Crawford, which they say his resume isn't that good. He's not that good of a fighter. Boxing News 24, Fox News of Boxing says he has a dull style. All of those things that he's not, they think he's going to beat Canelo Alvarez going up 3 weight divisions. I'm going to say it, 147 pounds, because he wasn't a big 147 pounder, to 154, 160, 168 to fight Canelo Alvarez. And many, and I'm going to go with the majority of boxing insiders. I'm not talking about guys that's coming in the internet that's got stuff going on, still haven't learned. Right? I really don't even understand how Mexican people in the internet still talking smack. I really don't. At some point, you got to be, you know something, let's just shut up and let things happen. You know, we'll just shut up. We just had William Cepeda go up there and get his ass whooped. And we had a smaller ring. We told the guy to stand still. He did it and then still won the damn fight. Damn, we got everybody doped, about 7 of them doped from Canelo Alvarez, from our face of boxing, same gym. He gets doped there, and 7 other guys. Eddie Reynoso ain't in jail. Ain't nobody going over there. Let's just shut the hell up and let things happen. And let these brothers love our fighters. If we stop talking smack, brothers will be giving William Cepeda props, because William Cepeda at least came in there and handled his business. He didn't win, but damn it, he fought. And they made no damn excuses. None. I fought. The dude is pretty good. Damn it, I'm going to go back to the drawing board, but damn it, I'm going to come in here, throw my punches, and come at this dude. That's all you can ask. Go ahead, William Cepeda. Much props, bro. Gracias, by the way. But you guys keep coming and making excuses. Canelo Alvarez has basically been said that he's going to lose to Terence Crawford. The next 2. Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder has said that he thinks Canelo is going to lose to Terence Crawford. Or he thinks just Terence Crawford is going to win that fight. Deontay Wilder's a boxing insider, won't you think? Somebody who knocks people out, right? I know people don't hate him. You can say Deontay Wilder's name is in boxing is like Obama's name is in conservative media. It just triggers people. They just get you can talk to them normal and say say Deontay Wilder and they'll freak out. Just like saying Obama in conservative media. Now you have Zab Judah. What is he? 2 or 3 division champion? Zab Judah, definitely a mean little dude back in the day. Zab Judah has also said that Terence Crawford is going to beat Canelo Alvarez, and per knockout. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because we've had Hall of Famers. If it's Roy Jones, if it's Floyd Mayweather, if it's Andre Ward, if it's Dmitry Bivol, if it's Alexander Usyk, the whole spectrum of boxing and boxers. Shakur Stevenson, Tim Bradley, but those are guys who've always been tooting the horn of Terence Crawford. They all say that Terence Crawford is going to, some kind of way, figure out how to beat Canelo Alvarez. And I think that things happen so much that we're not fathoming what that means. These are people that are coming out, putting their reputations on the line and saying that this guy is going to beat somebody as awesome as Canelo Alvarez, because we're going to all agree Canelo Alvarez is awesome if you take the dope out of him. I don't roll with people that's been doped. That's just me, though. I ain't roll if you was been doped because you was doped for a reason, right? So, and doping for me means not just for the fight. Doping means all the leading up to the fight, you were able to do things and get advancements, right, before the fight. That's what people fail to realize a lot of times in their haste to protect these people that are doping. There's reasons that they're doping, and it gives you benefits before the fight, okay? So, and Canelo was a victim of that. He's doped before, and a couple of times, right? So, at the end of the day, Terence Crawford is being known to beat Canelo Alvarez. And Canelo Alvarez hasn't been dope tested yet, because Crawford did already. Imagine that. 7 people from where you are, your same gym, have just got popped in the last 2 years or so. You're bigger than Terence Crawford, and they ain't at your house all the time. Man, Canelo's supposed to have been dope about 4 times already. He's the bigger fighter. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to be definitely beat. And you've had some issues already. and your gym has had issues. You know what I mean? He ain't been dope. Terrence Crawford ain't never been dope before. Why are they checking him already? Already, the smaller guy. This is ridiculously awesome, people. I just think we gotta focus in on that. You know, Terrence Crawford, man, it's ridiculous what people think about him. Bigger guy, he's gonna have to gain this weight, which is gonna slow him down, which might tire him out. You gotta imagine this. This is a lot of weight he's putting on. Tire him out, slow him down, deal with Canelo's punching power, prowess, Canelo's defense, Canelo's chin, Canelo's ring generalship, and just straight up intelligence in the ring, experience from Canelo, and the fact that the referees give Canelo props for just standing there, throwing less punches, but it's just taking a step or two forward. Canelo gets points for that. Deontay Wilder didn't get those points against Tyson Fury going forward. He didn't. They just forgot, I'm 50 pounds lighter. I'm going forward, throwing jabs to the body against Tyson Fury, and he's out there putting his, chin out and stuff like that. He didn't get the ring generalship points. Canelo gets those, right? Canelo didn't land as many punches as William Skull. Just because William Skull was moving, William Skull didn't get those points. Canelo got points for coming forward, not outlanding the guy. So, and we all know that Canelo is on the right side of decisions, regardless. So when you have all of these disadvantages for Terrence Crawford, and the weight, the size, and the resume that's not good, and the dull fighting style, right? And the fact that everybody goes to watch boxing, to watch BTBG. With all of those disadvantages that people are still saying, that this little guy is going to beat Canelo Alvarez, is nothing less than a miracle. So when you see these things in real time, fathom them. And hey, if you want to see people that are saying something the opposite of it, like Canelo's going to demolish him, ask yourself, are they boxing insiders or just creeps? Doma Sports Talk, worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.